Hello. Hope that you guys are doing great. Hope that you had a good St. Patrick's Day. Oh, here. Hope that you had a good St. Patrick's Day. I got a bunch of little stuff from the Dollar Tree. These little hats and bow ties for my team members to wear Saturday, which was fun. Everybody kind of dressed up. Hope that you guys had a good last week. It's been almost 2 weeks. I had an okay week. Heard back from Kairos. Did not make the audition. It's alright. But I did ask them for extra sheets of music and that weird tablature that they had, so that way I could practice to it. And so he's supposed to be sending me some of that via email, which I'm excited about. Our weather down here has been a mix of incredibly gorgeous and rainy and gross and kind of chilly. Which, I say kind of chilly. For here, it was kind of chilly, 30, 40 degrees. But it doesn't get below freezing often. Now that I just jinxed it, I'm sure it will. Although St. Patrick's Day was last weekend and it was beautiful. It was gorgeous, 78 degrees and the sun was shining and there was a steady breeze. So I went to the park and did some Pokemon and then just hung out on a quilt on the ground and just read a book in the sun and soaked up sunlight. It was amazing. Loved it. And since it was St. Patrick's Day, I had Irish music playing on my phone. It was really cool. I actually have a video. Yeah, it was great. I just did that Saturday afternoon. I had worked Saturday morning because I was in Indiana last weekend. If you missed me, I'm sorry. I went up as a surprise to my family. Had a great time because my cousins were down from Michigan. Got to hang out with my brother David and my sister-in-law Abby. It's good just being with family and sitting 3 people on a 2-seater couch and just noise and chaos and all of this nice weather has got me wanting to start to, we have a little porch on my house. And so since this weather has been so nice and warm and beautiful, I just kind of want to take my upright bass and go practice on the porch. There's a couple of issues with that. One, I don't have a music stand. So if I try to go out on the front porch with anything, my papers are just gonna float away on the wind. 2, where I live is not the most respectable place, and so it might kind of be a bad idea to take an instrument and flaunt it on a front porch. I can hear Dad's voice. Well then, if anybody is walking past and sees this instrument, they're gonna think, oh, there's a nice instrument in there that I should swing by and get that sometime when there's no cars in front of the house. But, that's my paranoid dad voice in the back of my mind. I'll just practice in my bedroom for right now. Until I can move to a more respectable area. Something else I've kind of been meaning to do. Where I live is on this pretty busy street, and then there's a stoplight down here on a very busy street. So it's like this. 2 blocks away is Bicentennial Park. Bicentennial Park. Not Centennial Park, where it has the Parthenon, but Bicentennial Park. And something that's actually in between my house and Bicentennial Park is the Nashville Farmers Market, which looks amazing every time I drive past. It's this big old building and it has Farmers Market in bright letters up at the top. And I've been wanting to go and check it out and see what they sell and look at all the different kinds of food they have. But there's one issue. I would spend money. I'd probably spend a lot of money because you're supporting local businesses and local bakeries and local dairies and pie makers. Just buy all the bread that they have and everything that you want to take home to eat. So I haven't let myself go. I also haven't gone because I'm pretty sure my parents would think it was really cool. I was just gonna save it for when they came down. That way it's an adventure and a new experience for everybody. I don't know. I might crack before then. But I drove past it the other day. Well, I drove past it to go and do a Pokemon raid for a Pokemon I don't have yet that was at the Bicentennial Park that was right behind it. But I drove past it the other day and I saw that on the back half of it, part that I couldn't really see every time I drove past it to make the turn to go to my house, there's a flea market. There's a flea market in pretty much downtown Nashville. Do you know what that means? Do you know what they could have? In downtown Nashville, they could have anything. They could have a guitar that used to belong to Elvis. They could have a guitar that used to belong to Johnny Cash. They could have anything music from anyone. The possibilities are endless. In the summer, people are gonna be coming here with all kinds of junk and I'm gonna wanna go through every single thing so I don't miss it. I might be the one to find, I don't know, that story. Someone went to Portobello Road, flipping through all these papers and searching through stuff, and they found an original manuscript of Phantom of the Opera just on the side of the road. You never know what you're gonna find. Granted, I may just be finding a bunch of trash, but maybe there's some beat up bass stand that I can use, or a music stand that no one wants. I said something about going to this flea market to my mom and dad when I was up in Indiana last weekend. And they're like, well, have you gone? No, because I shouldn't be spending the money. I'm trying to save everything up right now. The mom's like, that's a good answer. And then my Aunt Sarah just goes, well, that and your family can just buy all this stuff for you. Or that. Which just makes me even more excited that my family's coming down. Not that I wasn't excited that they were coming down before. It compounds it. It's like squared. Just makes me more excited to show them everything. So something I've been kind of struggling with while I'm down here is everybody down here is gorgeous. Everybody looks cute. Everybody's wearing cute clothes, has cute shoes. Everybody has their hair done all nice. Nobody is like this and like wearing a work uniform and this. So I've been super self-conscious. Been more self-conscious than what I usually am. Well, I mean, I say I'm self-conscious, but then I'm loud. It's made me self-conscious. And so I've been kind of keeping an eye, like I'll pass them and be like, oh my gosh, like her shirt is just adorable. I love it. It's so cute. Oh, but hers is better. And I am not a fashionista. Like we've already covered, makeup and hair are not really the high ends of my priority list. Clothes would probably be the same thing. It's not really a big deal to me. It's happening enough that I'm noticing it now. Like, believe me, like it's a thing. Nashville people are like suave. So high-fitting. Great. In order to kind of combat my my lack of a fashion sense, I have medicated myself to subscribing to, it's called Dia & Co. And I told them my size and what I like to wear, and then they send me this box that has like all these different items of clothes in it. Last time I got this cute cardigan that's adorable. My next box is coming really soon, so I'm kind of excited to see what they put in this time. But it's cool. I have a personal stylist that I can like write to and be like, sorry, not going to wear jeans that already have holes in them. I am way too rough on my stuff. That was an actual conversation. I can also ask her questions like, hey, I need help knowing what to do about shoes. And she'll be like, oh, well, you just need to try to find something like this, a cute little pair of boots. And I really like the stuff I get in the box. It's a little bit more expensive than what I would like to pay for stuff. But I mean, I'm coming from somebody who doesn't even normally buy their own clothes. I just let mom buy me my clothes from Goodwill. So my price expectation is a little lower than most, especially since she only shops on the half off days. Like my mom deserves mad props when it comes to clothing her family for a dime or whatever other ridiculous amount she paid for tons of clothes. Anyway, one day it's cold here for Nashville, which I'm gonna do a brief interjection here to just talk about how weird Nashville is when it comes to weather. So I already had, when I first started here, snow days as a working adult. If it snows, they shut things down, like the government and schools and Chick-fil-A's. So I mean, if you like snow days as a kid, just work for Chick-fil-A in Nashville near you. When the snow day stuff happened, I'm like, oh, okay, you know, we're in the South, they get scared, a little snow, you know, not okay, fine, makes sense. If I don't see it normally, and if I didn't have snow trucks to help get it out of my way, it would probably scare me too. But then today, we get a GroupMe message that the schools were letting everybody out at 11:30 because of a severe weather warning, a thunderstorm. They canceled school for a thunderstorm. Like, what? And I tried talking to a team member about it, and they're like, well, I mean, one day I was on college campus, and that was the same day that 40 tornadoes touched down in that state, and it was scary, and if my kid was in a school and the tornado hit it, I would sue them. Why would you sue a school for a tornado? It was a tornado. I don't know. Thinking on it, maybe Nashville is more tornado alley than northern Indiana. Okay, schools in Indiana don't cancel for thunderstorms. As someone who has heard how tough it is to get through all of a school year curriculum with creatures such as children that are not exactly known for their ability to focus, canceling school for a thunderstorm seems kind of dumb. But I digress. It was cold, 32 degrees, with a good breeze, so it felt like below freezing. None of our team members wanted to work in the drive-thru window. I mean, I don't blame them. It was cold. So I was out taking catering orders, and I get a call from the store. Hey, Larissa, can you pick up some hat and gloves and bring them in for whoever's going to work in the drive-thru window? Yeah, not a problem. I'll just go to ye old Walmart and get the goods and get gone. Walmart let me down. Nashville, Walmart's, no hat and gloves. What? Like, I snapped my friends because I was in shock. There are no hat and gloves in Walmart. And everybody in Indiana responded, what? Walmart doesn't have hat and gloves? Well, I'll tell you right now, the Walmarts in Nashville, they don't have hat and gloves. And I looked everywhere. And I know I looked everywhere because I got a little lost in the women's clothing section in Walmart. Don't know if it's just here in Nashville, but I know where all the people are getting cute clothes. It's at a Walmart. Wally World has all the cute tops. And I didn't know if it's like just a seasonal Easter thing. Time will tell. I will keep my eye on this and report back to you for science if Walmart has cute clothes here in Nashville. But I don't know. Maybe Walmart's stepping at the game. Maybe I'm just getting lucky because Walmart gives the nicer stuff to Nashville and then ships the leftovers over to Fort Wayne or something. I don't know. It's one of life's many mysteries. So in order to find hats and gloves, I went to trusty Target. And Target had hats and gloves, but not Walmart. So there's that. Target also had cute clothes. Not quite as cheaply priced as Walmart, mind you, but they did have some pretty stinking adorable clothing options. I got the hat and gloves and went back to work. Had to cut off like these 2 fingers for the drive-thru person. That way they can like count change. And then I ended up working in the drive-thru window anyway, because still nobody else would do it. So there's that. I did have fun this past weekend after the park. A friend of mine from back home, sort of back home, she attends Bethel College. They came down to Nashville for, it was like a special trip with their worship arts degree. So it was like her, 20 other kids that came down that are all interested in doing worship music in some sort of professional capacity. And they checked out some of the recording studios down here, which was super dope. She actually invited me along Saturday night. I went to Dark Horse Studios, listened to the song that they were working on, which was really cool. And then we went out for barbecue, which was delicious. I'd never had authentic, like, Southern style barbecue before. We went to Jack's Barbecue. It was tasty. That, like, yes, I have leftovers. You can be jelly. And I liked it. And then we went back to the house, the Airbnb that they were staying in, and had like a jam session. Went to bed super crazy late. And then I went to church with her Sunday before they skedaddled back north. But it was good. It was good to see her and hang out, hear her laugh. Made me really excited for when Mom and Dad come down, or Aunt Christy and my cousins. So that way I could be like, and here's this view of the city I love, and here's this bridge that has this really cool thing with downtown, and here, because it's gonna go on for a while. I'm gonna want to show them like my Aldi's that I shop at, and my Kroger that I've gone to, and this corner that I saw this weird guy once. That the list goes on. All right, I think that's all for tonight. Thanks for taking time out of your day to listen to me. Hope you got a chuckle, and I hope that you guys have a great week.